Welcome back. The cybersecurity and infrastructure security agencies directed every government agency to disconnect from the SolarWinds Orion product in response to the cyber breach. The National Security Council now calls for a whole-of-government effort to, quote, identify, mitigate, remediate, and respond to the incident. Bob Bigman's founder of 2B Secure and former Chief Information Security Officer at the Central Intelligence Agency. Bob, welcome. It's great to see you again. We chatted a little bit before we went on the air. My sense is that this is similar to when someone breaks into a home. The people come home and they see their stuff's been thrown all over the place in addition to stuff being missing. Am I thinking about this the right way? And if so, how does one, as a government agency, go about cleaning up after the bad guys?
Yeah, good morning, Francis. It's actually worse than someone breaking into your house and throwing your stuff about. You have no indication of who did this. It doesn't look like the lock's been picked. It doesn't look like there's fingerprints. And that camera you have connected to your internet is showing you pictures of springtime in Moscow. This is what happens when you get attacked by a nation state that has a project plan for the attack and basically works from that and has all the tools and skills necessary to take advantage of the soft underbelly here of IT, right? And everyone talks about sophisticated attacks, but when you see one, that's when you really know you've had one. So yeah, there's not a whole lot at this point the government can do. CISA has put out some guidance on how to look for indicators of compromise, but there's frankly not a whole lot there.
What did we not have that we thought we had or that we needed? The discussion over the last, 10 years has been coming out of the Department of Homeland Security about Einstein and the iterations of Einstein. The Department of Homeland Security, turns out, was one of the agencies that was breached as a result of this attack. What do we need to prevent this again? Or is there no such thing?
Well, a little of both. I remember as a result of the 9/11 attack, the panel came back and said there was a lack of imagination, right? I think the same thing is true here. The people who built Einstein 1.0, 2.0, didn't understand that there could be attacks where people spoof the addresses and use internal domains in the United States as opposed to just external domains. They also look for signatures of previous attacks. Well, this was a brand new attack, and there was no signature. So, partially we're limited by our technology and somewhat by our lack of imagination. And as I said before, this is what the 4 or 5 top cybersecurity organizations, offensive cybersecurity organizations, do for a living. Our ability to detect what they're doing, given the limited capabilities of our technology, today are very, very hard. And what can we do to prevent this in the future? We have to fundamentally change the way IT works. Today, these companies develop this software all around the world. They give out their signing certificates to their code to all their developers in India, Russia, China, wherever these modules are built from. They put them together. They got themselves a product. They deliver it to the end customer. And we're built for performance, speed, and capabilities. And again, cybersecurity takes a back seat. That's what hackers always take advantage of.
I have a hard time imagining, though, Bob, that we don't also have people that do this for a living. And I wonder, if we do, why they're siloed from the people who are defending for a living and not doing that kind of information sharing. It's classic government conversation we've been having for as long as I've been in this space, 15 years, that this group doesn't talk to this other group. But is it as simple as that is the problem that we have now, Bob?
A little bit. This is no different than human intelligence and trying to do defense again in the cyber counterintelligence world, right? The offense and the defense talk 2 different disciplines, 2 different lexicons, and don't often talk to each other. The bigger part, as I said before, is the fact that there's only so much we can do in the cybersecurity realm, given the state of where IT is today. We've built this massive global infrastructure of code development and code support People talk about, well, SolarWinds has direct access to our networks. You know how security works these days. Today, your government agencies are connected through these various cybersecurity company cloud services in AWS or Azure or wherever they're at, right? And there are multiple connections into government networks from these various companies. This is what we built. And you're not going to be able to change it overnight. It has to take some thinking. And as you and I have discussed many times, it's going to have to take some legislation, frankly.
30 seconds left, Bob. What's the implication for remote work over the next at least 6 months after an attack like this?
Yeah, well, I think number one, if I was a federal agency CISO, one of the things I would do is strongly strengthen my remote work authentication and my remote work isolation from the network. Part of the attacks that we've seen recently using a protocol called RDP have also been used by sophisticated hackers to penetrate networks. So again, I would do a lot of work to fully upgrade my network access controls. I would do more isolation. And most importantly is, I would really relook at how we do identity management and determine, if you're coming in from a remote site, what you get access to. One of the reasons why they chose tools like SolarWinds is government agencies, and everyone has their agents on every part of the network. And perhaps you need to rethink that strategy until we have a better approach.
Bob Bigman, thanks very much as always.
Sure, thank you.